Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Show, where we take book discussions to a new level. We don't just read books, we interview them, journal about them, sip coffee, spill thoughts, and explore stories on and off the page. Grab a cup and get cozy, because every book deserves a great conversation. Croissant French toast with Nutella? Yes, please. This week, we're asking the real questions. Which Muppet are you? And sure, we have book reviews galore.
You can always find your people in the Muppet world. Period. End of story.
I used to want to be the hippie in the band with the long straight hair and be like, oh my God. I used to want to be her. But I'd rather be Gonzo with my pet chicken.
I love Gonzo. I really do.
I've got the nose for it also. I'm
No.
good with it.
I fully support. Yeah, no, that's why Jim Henson invented the Muppets, is because everybody can find their person
Their
in
person
the
in
Muppet
the Muppet world, 100 million %. Sometimes I'm pretty sure I'm Rizzo too, which is Gonzo's best friend.
Yes. I'm. There's times when I'm pretty sure that I'm Waldorf and Statler.
Sitting up there in
the box, like making fun of.
It was you and Rebecca.
Rebecca and I were Waldorf, and I'm going to tell her that when I get home. Yeah, that was.
So sometimes you're them, and then some. Who else?
I think sometimes I'm Scooter.
Oh my gosh, interesting.
Like just kind of buzzing around, trying to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
So it's like two polar opposites. I'm up there going, oh, it's that bear again. Not funny. We can't leave you full. We're bolted to the seats. Sorry, that's from Muppet Vision 3D. So Rebecca and I are going one more time. We saw them on Saturday. We're going one more time.
Going away. It lasted a long time.
Yeah,
that's like 30 years.
So they're making that whole area. They're putting in a Monsters Inc. ride.
Oh.
That looks really cool. And instead of Aerosmith on Rocking Roller Coaster, it's going to be the Muppets Rocking Roller Coaster. And then they just put in a villains show, stage show, it's in previews, but we'll be able to see it when we go in June.
Well, that's exciting.
It's all the villains being misunderstood.
Wow.
So,
okay.
And then the new Little Mermaid show is coming back that they just redid. So.
Okay. A lot of exciting things over there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Napkins, coffee, spoons, it's all great.
It's all about the caffeine.
It really is.
That's my new favorite thing in the whole wide world.
So, friends, we did want to talk about a few things today, such as what it is that's happening besides our podcast that's every other Thursday. But every Tuesday we have Turn the Page Tuesday, where there is a video posted on YouTube for you to watch. And we just saw March Book of the Month. And next week it's April Book of the Month. And then after that, we'll see what it is, because it's either my best audios or something else. We don't know.
I have a video recorded.
Ooh.
I just have to do some editing because it's like 15 minutes.
Okay. And then The Secret Shelf, guys, it's a mystery book. It's a book that you just get either from Rachel or from me. And there's all kinds of fun goodies in there. And if you get Rachel's pick, then it comes with like markups. It's a cool experience. So we've got that going on. And Story Quest, the reading challenge, is 25 ridiculous reading challenges. So get to that. And it's free. There's a free version, a $3 PDF download. And I give them PNG files too, if they want to put it in their journal. Or you can order the sticker pack. It comes with a lot of free cool stuff. And the Spilled Ink and Coffee Mystery Cafe is about to launch.
And don't forget, most important of all, the Spilled Ink and Coffee Society Book Club.
It's the most important. You're never going to find another book club that does not have a signed reading.
You get to come and share all your things.
So yeah, friends, we're at Chez David. We're going to get right into our journals.
These two.
Okay.
And then I just finished a third one last night. Let's talk about Welcome to Night Vale. This episode is called The Shape in Grove Park. The author is Joseph Fink, and it is episodic audio fiction.
I looked it up. So as we were going on, we still didn't know what it was called, but now we know. And I wrote it down.
And this one has a lot of coffee cups, so you must have enjoyed it. I have to say, I actually really enjoy this cover art more than the other cover art.
So I went into DeviantArt because it has such a cult following. And I decided that I was going to put in other people's artwork and their visions of what Night Vale looks like to them. Now, friends, Rachel and I are going to Welcome to Night Vale Live coming up in a few months to see what this is all about. So I am also excited about that.
I'm reading the review recap, and this sounds like a typical Welcome to Night Vale moment that the shape in Grove Park is supposed to be removed to make way for a swing set.
The Shape in Grove Park. It's probably like episode 4 or 5. Guys, just go listen to it. It's a standalone.
And you said the weather made this extra.
That's because of the song. Because the weather is the song.
Okay. All right. What were your first thoughts when you were listening to this one?
Here we go again. Where are we going again? They always hook me right away. It's just I have to go back and re-listen. So I guess I get re-hooked.
What themes or big ideas stood out about this episode?
I was happy that we were trying to put something normal into the space, like a swing set or a playground for the kids.
Yeah.
So that stood out. It was like, wow, some moment of normalcy. But then you get to the weather, which is usually at the end, and all that's out the window.
Got it. Did this episode make you think about anything differently?
Everything in Night Vale always makes me question my existence.
Oh.
Period. Is the moon watching us or something else?
Ooh.
Like, that was a great question it gave me, because everybody says the man in the moon. In Umbrella Academy, he goes to the moon, right? And he's watching us from the moon. In Resident Alien, they refer to when people land on the moon, they're abducted and body snatched and then returned to Earth. Like, what is the moon? So yes, I'm still questioning the moon. Pluto was classified as an imaginary planet, that tracks because we couldn't figure it out. So they are just like, now it's not real.
Don't do that to poor Pluto. Like, don't make it a planet and then take it away and then give it back and then threaten to take it away again. That's just...
I know. Well, we got it back as a dwarf planet.
Well,
but now
I feel that's derogatory and offensive.
I agree. Especially growing up knowing my very educated mother just served us 9 pizza pies. You know, Pluto's at the end of that sentence. They told us to take it away.
Rude. Obviously, you're going to keep listening to more.
So let's just go into that then.
Okay.
So
the next one.
The next one is called The Drawbridge. We're just going to do all the Night Vales, bada bing, bada boom. You don't need to know anything else other than that this one was the first time I did a half a coffee cup.
Oh, I see that.
And that took a long time to figure out how to stamp a half a coffee cup.
Sticky note.
Which that's what I was doing, but apparently I didn't know. I practiced. I mean, it worked out there, but notice it's at 3.5.
I like the point. Okay.
Well, in this episode, we're having random power outages. We're hearing hawks. We're rehabilitating the drawbridge using non-dairy creamer, cardboard, and upholstery fabric. And they're not quite sure why the bridge isn't holding up. They thought those were the materials that would hold up for a drawbridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it says the annual pledge drive, please donate, even if you're from Guatemala. You know, it is what it is.
What's wrong with Guatemala?
I have no idea. They don't tell you
or
these things.
Or if you're David Sedaris, Guatemala. Or if you're a fan of the birdcage, Guatemalaness.
Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you. So there's an annual softball game and you get $10 discount if you show up with some uranium. But don't worry. While you're there, black helicopters will appear and scan your brains.
Uranium, isn't that what Doc Brown needed to...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then citizens should not be consciously aware that there's a dog park. And my horoscope, this was great. Everybody got a horoscope in this episode. Leo. It's better I don't read this aloud. And it's better you don't know. Tell your family you love them. That was my horoscope. And I put, this is my WTF face.
Okay.
But it says, I did love the Night Vale weather. Couldn't tell you what it was about because I don't remember. But it was just an okay episode.
Well, I think if it was a really good episode,
I would have remembered
you
more.
would have remembered more.
Like I did in the last
Yeah.
one. You're correct about that. Shoot me a question. Let's see if I have a question.
Was there a memorable or powerful scene?
Based on my review, rabbits are not what they seem to be was my favorite quote. So I guess that was it. Because now at that point I thought of the old animation Watership Down, and all the rabbits are running. Oh, Rachel, you don't know about Watership Down, and it's frightening. You thought kids were terrorized by The Secret of Nim? No. Go watch a YouTube of Watership Down, just what they use as a trailer, and you go, who the frack is this? What is this? And I'm pretty sure it's based on an old novel, and then they remade it recently to terrorize children yet again, I believe.
Oh, boy.
So rabbits are not what they seem, and I've never watched Watership Down till its fullest because I want to remember The Secret of Nim as my scary moment in childhood.
For this episode.
Oh yeah, The Drawbridge, episode 6, guys.
If it had a theme park ride, what would it be like? Terrifying? Boring? Confusing?
Actually, now that you say
A
this,
dark ride?
yeah, totally a dark fever dream ride.
Okay.
And Universal, if you're listening, in Epic, when you do a new portal, it
Do a
just,
Night Vale portal?
when we see them live,
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the production quality is going to be.
Me too.
It's all up in the air.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Who are the Night Vale listeners?
Yeah. I'm planning on listening to several episodes on the flight over to Europe.
Okay.
Because I'll just sit there and...
Did you go read the ones that they say if you're not listening to it in order, these are the best ones to listen to list?
I should do that.
So that's the only thing I could suggest.
Okay.
We can let Night Vale be, and we can talk, because you sent me this.
I did.
And I debated whether or not if I was going to journal, but I figured everything could be journaled if you're reading it, however you read it. And because it's David Sedaris, which Rachel got me hooked on, I felt it was necessary to journal this.
So this was an article an interview in The Guardian with David Sedaris. And yeah, it popped up and I sent it to Kasie. I need to find the other one where he talks about what's going to happen when his voice becomes an AI reader.
Okay.
That's something else. So I'm shocked by people who take selfies in public.
So I gave it 6 cups of coffee, and these were people, this was an article that asked David Sedaris interesting questions to try, which I honestly don't think that they could have still been better questions. But when you're going up against what I'm going to call like the king queen of questions, what do you actually ask the
What
dude?
do you ask? And I think you could really ask him the most boring questions and he would come up with the most outlandish, laughable, touching answers no matter what. Like you could ask him what his favorite color is and he'll find a way to warp it into something amazing.
Because he's on his own wavelength.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
It's a good article, people.
Anything that really stood out to you about this particular, anything new that you learned about Sedaris?
But, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure everything here is new. Like, the fact that he and I share the whole hotel thing, being freaked out about toilets and beds, I absolutely do. Andrew will tell you the 2 things when I walk into a hotel room. Well, actually, I should preface it with, when we get to the desk, Andrew goes, my wife needs to preview the room. And then we go and I flush the toilet and I throw the bed sheets back. And I inspect. And if it doesn't have strong flush or the bed sheets don't feel right or there's like gritty, then we're done. Another room, let me see another room, or we need to change to hotels. And then I was extraordinarily dismayed that when he went to see the Egyptian pyramids, he was more interested in feeding the stray cats cans of tuna. Like, for the love of everything good in the world.
That is so on brand for David Sedaris. It's just, yeah, that's what I would expect him to do.
And what his issue is with Dick Van Dyke?
I was trying to explain that to people after I read this article that he wants to fight Dick Van Dyke.
But why do we want to fight Dick Van Dyke? Like,
because that's
really,
the only person he could beat.
That's really just it.
That's the only reason.
I don't.
Dick Van Dyke's 99.
I still think Dick Van Dyke would win. Some things don't always need to have a review.
No.
Some things just need to have a conversation.
Oh, so
but
good.
here's the final one. Because I just finished
Okay, so this is Big Dumb Eyes by Nate Begetze. I read this as an arc and told Kasie, well, I listened to it because it should be listened to. So you listened to it as well. You only gave it 3 coffee cups, and I gave it 5 stars. So we've had this happen before.
We have.
I feel like this happens a lot. Things that I give 5 stars, you give 3. Things that you give 5 stars, I give 3. What made it a 3-star, or 3 coffee cup, I should say?
Okay, the first is it didn't hook me right away. It took halfway for me to find something that could connect me to it, for me to finally like get into it. And he takes a lot, and I don't know if they're meant to be comedic pauses or not.
Yes, that's how he speaks.
Okay, so much so that I finally said, I'm going to try 1.2.
I listened to it at 1.2.
Thank goodness I listened to it on 1.2, or I probably would have spaced it because the pacing is so slow. Then all of a sudden, which I understand and appreciate, we get PDFs that you got to go to. But then I was like, what is up with these blank pages? Like, I didn't understand it. So in the end of it all, I think I need to see his stand-up in order to appreciate his memoir. So
Okay.
I don't believe that you should listen, and this is just a revelation in general. Don't read somebody's memoir if you don't know anything about them. That's really what it, for me, is what it was. To me, it was like, this is a really nice man with a heart of gold reading me his life story, and I appreciated that part of it. It didn't grab me until we got to the Catholics, because now it's like, oh, I can relate to the Catholics.
You can relate to the Catholics.
And then right after that, we're relating, for me, relatability, because I don't know him as a comic. That, and then we went into the dogs, and we went into marriage, and, all the things.
That in Tennessee, you just kind of pick up a dog off the side of the street.
Yeah, like all the time, apparently. Like
and they sleep with you, and then they leave.
There's a plethora of dogs, guys, in Tennessee if you need one. He has had a very colorful life, for sure. And thank you for the prologue where I got a tutorial on language, pronunciation, and definition, because without that, then I definitely would have been like, what the heck is he just saying? But I learned that he spoke so slow, I needed to speed it up. And that in Night Vale, they speak so fast, I need to slow it down. And just knowing that I have these options is still new to me, because it is a foreign concept. So this taught me a lot. If anything, I should say thank you for this audiobook, because it taught me that I need to write my breakup letter to Mr. Musk. Without this, I would not have thought outside my box enough to break up with Mr. Musk in my long-term goals for interstellar space travel.
So you learned something from this book.
I did.
I have 2 questions that I think are very, very important here, because there is a lot of games that are played and discussed in this book. So which character in this book would absolutely cheat at Uno and act like they didn't?
I appreciate that his friend's name is PP. I will say that. But you can't call him PP, only he can call him PP, by the way.
Right.
I'm actually going to say, but I'm pretty sure the dog who committed the murder and blamed it on another dog is the one cheating at Uno.
So if this book had a smell, would it be cozy like an old library, or ominous like a gas station hot dog?
definitely ominous, like a gas station hot dog.
And I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars, and I would say ominous like a gas station hot dog. And I think Nate would say ominous like a gas station hot dog. All right. I don't have any other questions.
Yeah, it's cute, guys. It really is. It's good, clean fun, like Rachel had said.
No, sorry.
Rachel sounds, oh, there it is.
I feel like I'm a Muppet when I do that. Like, I feel like there's a...
Which one? Are you the chef? Because it's not
The
chef.
chef is Swedish, so there's... But I feel like there's a French
There
Muppet.
is. He's the inspector.
Who walks through...
It's the inspector.
Like, I feel like...
It's the inspector Muppet. Hold on.
There's an inspector Muppet?
Yes. Yes.
Inspector Muppet? A French one?
Inspector Labre. That is what he does, too. We want the authentic you.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yay!
And then just walk away and go,
My up and coming, I'll just tell you what it is, guys. As Good as Dead and The Employees by Olga Lin. It's a translation. I just wanted you to look at the format.
What was it originally translated from Danish? Okay.
So those are my up and comings at the moment. It's fascinating because she's a poet.
Uh-huh.
However, we're writing, in my mind, it's like
Interesting. I see.
ship's logs, essentially, of the crew and the people. But you have to discern who's a human and who's humanoid, because you don't know which is what when you're when you're reading who wrote what. It's totally left field. And I wonder if I read them in entry order, then if the story, if there even is an order.
Was it in the science fiction section?
It was. It was the smallest book in the science fiction section. It was wedged between two. It's like, what's this little thing? And I was like, I'm in. I enjoy writing in this style of writing. So I was very interested as a writer how this would be.
Very interesting, especially the cover art.
Right? Mysteries to be unveiled with that. And then I have a whole list of different audiobooks to pick next. Some of them are your recommendations. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, or if I'm going to do the second part of The Golem and the Genie.
Oh, okay.
Because that is an older book. But now we're going to switch into Rachel's. We are now at Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. Oh, I love a McAllister. It's a Kindle. I have still not branched into the Kindle world. Why would I do that?
Just because with traveling, it's so easy to I actually use the Kindle app on my iPad. So when I'm traveling, I don't bring my computer, I just bring my iPad. And it keeps my photos, I can edit things, but then it also has all my books on it. So I'm just bringing that nice flat... I have a Kindle. I have an actual Kindle. And if I'm going to the beach, I'll bring my Kindle because I don't mind it getting sandy, and that's fine.
Is Kindle an Apple Mac thing?
No, it's an Amazon thing.
It is an Amazon thing.
Like you could get it on your phone, the Kindle app on your phone, and then just download whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of, there's Kindle Unlimited, which is like, I forget how much it is a month, and you can download basically unlimited books within reason. Not every book qualifies for Kindle Unlimited. A lot of them do. If you have Prime, you get a lot of free books that way on Kindle. And then they have Stuff Your Kindle days. Like they'll have a romance Stuff Your Kindle where you can just go on and literally all these. When they do the Stuff Your Kindle days, majority of the books are independent, self-published books. So it's hit or miss, but every once in a while you'll stumble across some really good ones, some popular authors, all of that. For me, it's just the ease of, especially when I travel, I can just throw the Kindle in the bag and go, and I'll have 12 books on the Kindle, and I don't have to worry about lugging 12 physical books with me.
Pause there, because it's not so often that I see your Kindle format. It's not as often as your physicals.
This month you're going to see a lot of Kindles.
Okay, interesting.
I have a giant stack of physical books. I will always love a physical book. At least in a Kindle, I can still highlight and mark up and make notes.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I don't mind the Kindles. And you don't need a pen or anything. Like you can just do it with your finger. So and this is from the library.
So you've got this book from the library onto your Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
So you
can
can
the Libby app.
through the Libby app, and they'll send it to your Kindle.
Yep.
All right, friends, I hope you're exploring this technology with me because this is something I just figured out 1.2 speed.
You should get the Libby app because you could get audiobooks too.
Okay. So
it's just like borrowing an audiobook from the library, only it downloads to your phone.
Guys,
we
went
got
up. These are
distracted.
These are good things because people want to know more about how we use books. That's why I'm asking about the Kindle. And my takeaway from that is I don't have to bring highlighters or sticky tabbies. No. So maybe I have to ask Andrew again if he still has one.
The Kindle will let you bookmark your pages and highlight, and you can add notes in.
So I'm going to investigate Kindles. I'll report back. So Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. I just love your name. The format is Kindle, of course, because you're in your thriller era. We established this. The publisher is William Morrow. We only gave it 3 stars. 3 stars. Why did you even pick up this book?
This author was like, when I read None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, it was like if you like this book, you might like this book type of thing. So I just put it on hold at the library, and it came due. That's how I picked it. It got picked for me.
I'm reading the first quote. And I'm going to tell you, everybody who's listening, it says, maternal guilt morphing the inside of the nursery into some awful Dickensian orphanage staffed by ogres. She sometimes thinks she might have read too many novels. Now, I'm not sure about any of these words. So what was your first thoughts when you started reading this?
It's a story that technically spans 21 years. It starts off in the beginning just like it's a mother who's going back to work after maternity leave, and so all of the maternal guilt. She's like, I'm dropping my child off at daycare for the first time, and it's like she's feeling all this guilt and feels like it's, dropping her off at, a Dickensian orphanage. So Charles Dickens, the author, and Oliver Twist and David Copperfield and all these horrible workhouse London establishments. So she's like feeling like so much guilt, like I'm dropping my child off at a workhouse, and she's feeling all this guilt. And her husband, the father of her child, isn't there to help her with this because he's missing.
So what's the setting?
London.
And what's the time period?
The current set today.
Okay. The quotes are great. If the book is called Famous Last Words, and these are the last words, junk food is our only defense. I highly agree with that at some of the most stressful of times.
Right.
Like if that's the end of the world, what the heck am I going to do? I'm going to eat Twinkies and chips and all that for sure. And I love this next quote. Funny how some people have a way of pulling a version of you that really isn't you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. And this is somehow a thriller. I'm not quite sure where yet, because right now I feel like this is apocalyptic.
No, not at all.
Did it hook you?
It did. And then I got unhooked.
Oh,
I think
boy.
that's why it was only a 3-star. I was definitely hooked in the beginning, and then I just kind of got...
And that's what you say here in your review, that it was good, but there were not enough clues, and it was predictable.
It was like, okay, got it. There's like the same tropes you see in a lot of mysteries and thrillers that you just kind of knew this is what was coming. And there weren't, like, in a good thriller, I need... I need Easter eggs. I need clues. I need little things along the way. I don't need a crime family that comes out of nowhere and I had no idea that a crime family was even involved. How was I supposed... Like, I need a clue somewhere. I need like a crime,
A murder board at least.
a crime family mentioned in a newspaper article. Like I need, and there were things that just like, I felt like I would never, while things were very predictable, there were other things I was like, well, where did this come from? Okay. Like, who are these people? How are they connected? Why all of a sudden are they here?
What did you like about the writing style? Because you did enjoy some of the things.
I like a good thriller that is told from multiple point of views. So you're not just getting one character's point of view, but there's multiple characters. In this case, there were two, the wife and the inspector. I like that because you see several different points of view. It's also interesting because, you know, this is a British novel, so it's interesting to always hear, like, you know, the different terminology for policing and how policing happens in other countries. So,
And that, I think you bring that's an interesting point of view. Is she a British author?
yes.
Okay, so from what I understand, not a whole lot of crime stuff is happening in the UK. But when they do get a big thriller like Jack the Ripper, it's a big deal. So maybe they don't have enough true to life inspiration to pull from, and that's why.
But that being said, like, none of this is true was British, and I was very into that, and that had all kinds of crime in it, and yeah, murder and pedophilia and all kinds of horrible things.
So what was the whole point of this book? Because right now, just based on what I'm reading, because it is just a 3, all I know is that she drops her child off at daycare and she never gets it back.
No, she gets her kid back. Her husband, who is an author, who is seemingly mild-mannered, kind, sweet, no criminal record, anything like that, ends up appearing to take 3 people hostage in an office building out of nowhere and shoots 2 of them and then goes on the run for 7 years.
So you connected to the crime family that you didn't know about?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's, you know, it's all about her, the wife, at first trying to come to terms with moving on 7 years later. Like, I have to move on from this. I'm declaring him dead because he's been missing for 7 years. Like, I'm trying to move on from this trauma and raise my daughter, to kind of shifting to, could he possibly be innocent? Like, her never being able to connect this man who took people hostage and killed them with the husband that she knew. So it's kind of that, do I really move on, or do I try to see if he was actually innocent?
It's 7 years later. You need therapy, lady,
Yeah, that's what her sister keeps telling her.
to reconcile. So who is your favorite character?
The inspector.
Why?
Um,
I'm surprised because normally, is she a female inspector?
No,
Okay.
female. Because he was so dedicated to his job and to saving people. I think the wife was a little too whiny for me.
Oh, did you not like
no,
her?
I didn't dislike her, but like I wanted her to like
Grow a pair?
Yeah.
Get some cajones?
figure something out. And I like it, and he had his own, you know, issues. His wife left him because of.
Did these two wind up together in the end?
No.
I feel like they could have that
No.
open moment.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
But the child lives.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No children or dogs were injured in this book.
And the child didn't commit any crimes either.
The child did not commit any crimes. The child was 7 for the majority of the book.
Anything that was frustrating or a character you didn't like?
I liked the characters for the most part. I was frustrated by the randomness of some of the things. Like, all of a sudden there's a crime family. All of a sudden there's these 2 other random murders that, how did you even find out about them? And how bizarre how they're connected to the husband. Like, I needed more.
It says thrills in your thing.
I needed more
thrills.
connections. I needed more, like, gasp-worthy moments, and the moments were not gasp-worthy.
So it says that the main character is a book agent, and books are a big part of the
Yes,
plot.
books are a big part. she's always talking about authors and how to find books and how books are sent to her and how she sends them on to publishers. So that part was interesting. I think the main idea would be is to go with your gut. Always go with your gut. Even if it seems out there, or if this is your gut feeling, go with it.
There's science behind that.
And I think that's for both characters.
You say both characters. You mean her and the inspector.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to clarify. Because we did, talk about her little daughter and then her sister who's saying she needs therapy. Regardless of how this book turned out, it sounded like therapy would just be a good idea in general.
Therapy would be a good idea.
For her and her child.
Yeah, for all of the characters.
Oh boy, all right, great. I like hearing that because that means Weird Ass Question Time is going to be awesome. Did the book make you think differently about anything? Anything at all?
Looks like you won there.
I am full, I am good, but I'm thinking of other things. Was that a croque madame?
Right.
Okay, that's
You
what I
are
thought.
good.
I know. I've studied the menu. I just ordered the same things, but I know what's on the menu. No, I don't think so. It wasn't really a thought-provoking book. It was a palate cleanser.
Okay, well there you go. At least now you know that that's a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
How does this though compare to her and her other works?
I've never read anything else by her.
Will you read more from Gillian McAllister?
Yeah, I would read something else from her for sure.
And would you recommend this book? Why or why not?
If you were looking for, a quick little thriller read that wasn't too
like that,
then yeah, this is like a baby thriller.
a baby thriller.
I'm gonna call it a baby thriller. Yeah.
We're gonna have to coin baby thriller.
Yeah.
All right. Now the cover art, mostly more the title for me. Famous last words. I don't feel in your review a connection to the title.
Because if I put it in my review, it would be a spoiler.
Oh, okay. Okay. But whose last words are they? Or you can't even tell us that
The
part?
husband's.
Okay. Okay. The question I have is if this book, which you just said was a meh, but a good baby thriller, it now knows this because if this book became sentient, do you think it would like you or would be actively trying to escape your bookshelf now knowing what you think of it?
No, I think it would be on my bookshelf trying to convince me to like it more and to read something else. To read a cousin or a brother or a sister.
Why don't you like me, Rachel?
Yep.
Rachel, be my best friend.
Yep.
I could be your best friend.
Yep.
We would like each other forever.
Yep.
So there you go, guys. Famous last words. Read it if you're not in your thriller era or you don't normally go for thrillers. This might be the one for you.
This is a nice little gateway.
Okay.
But really, if you're looking for a good gateway thriller, just read something by Frida McFadden.
Which we know is her fave, which I haven't done yet.
She's on my TBR for next month.
All right, so now I'm going to the next one. This page is just equally as beautiful as the last. One of the reasons I want to move to a big book, friends, is because I can add more stickers in because I'm finding I like stickers.
And if I get my life together, this is the one I videotaped me doing.
Okay, great, if you get your life together. Wendy's Ever After, which we just heard on the podcast yesterday, was in your TBRs.
Yep.
So here it is. And this is an ARC. The ARC stamp is my favorite. I just want to, I feel like if you were ever to get a literary tattoo, that would be it.
Okay.
I know that's so bizarre, but I feel like it should be in there somewhere. Just stamp yourself one day.
Okay.
Thanks. The title, Wendy's Ever After by Julie Wright. Kindle format again. This is a YA by Shadow Mountain is the publisher. And this is only a 3-star. I had higher expectations.
So did I.
Based on, because I did wind up reading like the jacket cover on this one at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
So I had really high expectations. Now knowing that this is a YA, why did you pick this up other than it was because it was an ARC? What
It was
inspired
an ARC. I saw it come up as a possible ARC. This one I didn't. I got from Edelweiss. I loved the cover art. Peter Pan is one of my favorite. I don't know if you want to classify it as a fairy tale, children's story, Disney movie, Disney ride. I loved the story of Peter Pan. And so I thought, great, Wendy as an adult, let's go. And the art at the top of each chapter is also very pretty.
Very interesting because your first quote leads me to believe that we're meeting vampires on this journey based on the garlic quote.
No. It's just a really bad guy who wants to marry
Wendy, who's how old at this point?
She is, I think she's 18 or 19.
All right, so if this is from her point of view?
Yes.
All right, so Wendy's point of view at 18 years old, what were your first thoughts when you started reading?
This isn't a YA book.
It is not, is what you're saying.
That's what I thought. And then about a third of the way in, I was like, whoa, this is really YA. So that was why it was a 3-star. Because it started off, like the first third was I'm like, this is not what kids are not going to enjoy this. Like this is too, not Jane Austen isn't the right word, but this is too Gilded Age. This is too romance heavy. This is too old. They're not going to get this. But then once she gets to Neverland, it is clearly a YA book. Clearly.
So I'm reading that in your review, that the first half of the book is basically what backstory for the YA person, and then you're meant to switch gears and turn to your baby because you're a young mom apparently, you're a teen mom, and now you're going to read the story to your baby.
So I was talking to Rebecca about this book, and she was like, but Mom, think of The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is technically YA. But how many adults read that book? And more adults read it than kids. And she's like, so they could be trying to appeal to someone like you who loves Peter Pan, but still wants something a little older. And I'm like, I could see that, but I needed...
But they dropped you halfway through.
I wanted the part, like, it was a little kiddie in the end. It was silly. Like how she escapes, the little adventures they go on. It was just kind of like, it was silly. I just needed, which is really funny that I'm saying I needed Neverland to be more realistic.
I don't disagree with you there because I think, honestly, for those of us who love Peter Pan, when you think of Peter Pan live action, we all think the same movie. I hope.
Yeah. I just...
Which is Hook. Yes.
I mean, it's the best Peter Pan movie there is.
So the writing style, do you think that this is a young author trying to find their style, their way?
I think it's a young author trying to decide if they want to be a YA author or an adult fiction author or fantasy author. Yeah.
Who's your favorite character in her book?
Wendy.
Who's your favorite character of the classic?
Peter Pan.
And that's based on the writing.
Yeah.
How is it that she made you love Wendy so much?
She made her strong. I mean, she's living in, it's 1909. She's living in 1909 in England, and she's just not willing to conform because of her experiences at Neverland. She knows how to fence. She knows how to pick locks. She wants to speak her mind. She doesn't want to get married just for the sake of getting married.
So it sounds to me this would have been a better thing if she's 18, that she'd be, instead of going to Neverland, perhaps she went to university and university and Neverland collided in some way.
I think what would have been good was if they had started in Neverland with Peter and Captain Hook, and kind of given not a backstory, but like here's what's going on in Neverland, and then transition to London with Wendy, and then she goes to Neverland. It would make the things that they're doing in Neverland maybe make a little more sense. Like I felt like they were just literally running around the island.
At any point, was there a favorite scene or moment?
Yeah, there's a moment where Peter transforms himself into an adult because she's talking about how she wants to find a partner. She wants to find someone who is her equal and appreciates her for who she is. And she's 19 and he's like a 14-year-old boy, even though he's immortal and so much older than she is. He transforms himself into an adult, and they're flying, dancing in the
How
in
does
the
he do
sky.
that?
I don't know. He just does. He makes himself in like he's in a coat. And
See, now there's more of that story I think that's missing, because that's something that we don't know that Peter can do. How fascinating. There's a lot of potential, it sounds like, in this story. So, was there any character, since you love Wendy in this writing, who do you dislike in this writing?
I guess Captain Hook. Like for a hot minute, you feel sorry for him in this book, but there's nothing about him that really shows any growth or change.
So what do you think the big idea, the main idea, the purpose of this particular book is?
You can't ever go back. You grow, and you can't go back, and you shouldn't go back.
That's the best takeaway. That should get an extra star just because you got to that. In my opinion, or at least a little, this is what I've learned. Because that's like the best piece of advice that you could give somebody, is you don't go backwards. That serves you in no way.
But you are who you are because of your experiences.
Yes, but you can't go back and
go
relive
back.
them. You gotta make new ones,
Yeah.
people. Go see the world. Get out of your mom's basement. Unless you're there because you're her caretaker.
Well, and unless you're in Florida, then please don't go to the basement. You'll be drowning.
I have yet to find a basement in Florida. And
We had a basement in our house.
Did you?
Yeah. It's been filled in since because it constantly flooded, but there was a basement in our
And the
house.
one that you're living in now?
The one the one I grew up in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Interesting to know.
Yeah,
Otherwise
had
it would have been
stairs,
a sinkhole.
Stairs
wow.
down into it. It's covered up now. Like they filled it in, but yeah.
Easy. Did the book make you think differently about anything?
No.
So would you recommend this book?
Yeah. If you want like a cute read that doesn't require much, but like if you're not really into Peter Pan, then you're not going to enjoy this book.
So I'm going to do our chaos questions on
okay.
this. Well, it's interesting because it's Peter Pan.
Okay.
So I think it would be fun to do the chaos questions
Okay.
for this. If this book, Wendy's Ever After, based on a tale we know, Peter Pan, what would the smell be?
Salt water.
Who in this book is two raccoons in a trench coat?
Peter Pan.
Why?
Huh?
Why? Why
Because
Peter?
he would think it would be fun.
Touche. If the villain had therapy, would they still be a villain?
If they got out of Neverland, I think they might not be a villain anymore.
I agree. Which character would get scammed by a prince from Nigeria?
Shmi.
If you had to fist fight one character in a Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m., who would it be?
Captain Hook.
Why?
Because he's a jerk. He's always trying to like kill little kids.
What's the most chaotic way this book could have ended?
Wendy could have stayed in Neverland.
That would have been a tragedy, actually.
Yeah.
If aliens found this book as their only record of humanity, what would they assume about us?
They were so imaginative, and wait, you can fly if you have pixie dust?
That's awesome. I love that. And rename this book. I know it's normally in 5 words, but could you do it in 1?
Remember.
A couple dots at the end.
Yeah, remember with an ellipses.
Is that what those are called?
Yes.
Guys, I just learned a new word called ellipses.
3 dots are an ellipses.
An ellipses. I like this. Ellipses. Ellipses. I might make that the name of a character in a story.
I love that.
Ellipses.
Should be the name of a book.
Ellipses. People be like, the whole book is nothing but dots. It's not even Morse code. You're going to have to crack it. So what do you have up and coming?
So I just finished late last night. That's why I'm kind of tired, because I was up too late trying to finish this book.
Okay.
A book called The Friendship Circle by
Interesting.
Robin Carr. It was another one of those that popped up from the library. I'll save that review for later. And then I just started, I'm still listening to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. That is a 31-hour book.
Holy crap.
I am
on 2 speeds of 1.2?
on 1.2.
Jeez.
And I'm on, I have 7 more hours to go, so I'll have that done by next time.
I had no idea the book was way, 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 way longer than any movie of Harry Potter.
Yeah. And then I am reading another arc right now. I just started it last night. It's called The 340 to Montreal.
That's a train?
Sorry, The 640 to Montreal, like a train. It's by Eva Jerzik. It is another thriller.
Definitely in your thriller
It's
era.
called a claustrophobic thriller because
What?
the entire thing takes place on a train.
All right, now I'm interested.
And the chapters don't say chapter 1, chapter 2. It says 540.
Is this an arc?
620. It is an arc.
Oh, bugger, because there's another arc I'm still waiting on, the lion one, which I said
yeah.
last time I talked to you.
Yeah, I don't...
June 17th. I have it marked. Because that's the next audio I want. I want to audio that one.
Oh, okay. I'd be interested to hear. This one comes out September 23rd.
Guys, I don't know if you're as frustrated as I am, but definitely these arcs, they're killing me. And
Sorry.
we're going to say thank you for listening because we're about to go on a journey, friends.
Yeah.
Across the street.
Yeah.
To Ollie's warehouse discount situation. Because if you want a books store,
I'm super interested to see their book section. That's what I'm most interested in, to see what this book section looks like.
I'm gonna pay the bill because we do this ridiculous thing where we take turns paying, but we like it, whatever, and use the restroom and then go record this adventure.
Yep.
Do you have any final thoughts you want to share with people on today?
Happy reading and come check out our book club. We'd love to see you there and make some new friends.
She said it all. Bye, guys. See you soon.
That's a wrap. Time to close the book on today's episode. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Kasie. If you had fun, hit the like, follow, and subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell icon.
You can also email us at spilledinkedcoffeeshow@gmail.com. Send us your questions, tell us what you're reading, or share what we should dive into.
Until next time, keep your coffee hot.
And your pages turning.
Bye, guys.
Spilled ink, endless coffee, and great book chats. That's what we're all about.
If you're enjoying the podcast and want to help fuel our next episode, buy us a coffee.
Click the link in our show notes or bio.
Your support means the world, and every sip keeps the pages turning.